In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, remove idle time to crush porn, brother, because idle time is an instrument, is a weapon against you in devil's hand, because it's exactly those empty slots that you haven't planned what to do during them. It's exactly this time when those thoughts of, well, maybe I should do something that I don't really need to, appear in your head. Exactly in those moments where you don't have a plan, where you don't have a strategy that supports you. Exactly in those moments, we all do our worst decisions. We made our worst choices. Like we start scrolling occasionally, or we overeat, or we just spend this time in such an unchristian way that you really don't want to talk about it later, because and often it all starts from something simple and little, so you almost don't have as so you almost do not have anything to judge yourself for. Like it can be something silly, like looking at some silly chat of that consists of people with whom you do not want to talk really, and you just consume some messages, consume some memes, consume some shorts on YouTube or some videos that you actually don't need to watch because you have much more important stuff to do. And this all starts due to the fact that you don't have a goal. It's an incredible tool to have some sort of goal, to set yourself a goal, especially the ones that you can count and track your progress of. For example, it can be connected with sphere of your finances, with your business. It can be connected with your health, like how many reps you do in a gym, or how much money you do with your business. So right now I have a financial goals in order to support and provide for my family with my online business, and which makes me feel, and what makes me feel even better is that even though I have a financial goal about my business, the more important one that I have is that I have a spiritual goal in terms of my business, because I want to help one person to quit porn and to become a porn-free man whose identity is completely different compared with his previous one when he was addicted to porn, because I know what a life-changing experience it can be, and it motivates me, for example, to record this video, because even though this video is low quality and I'm learning and I'm trying to improve, I'm making my first steps and they are uncomfortable and they look cringe often, due to the fact that I know that I have this goal, and especially the ones that I can track clearly in terms of money, and the ones that supports me spiritually because I know that I do the right thing. This helps me immensely. And the second step, of course, is transfer those goals, because of course it's cool to set your goals, because just by setting a goal and writing it down, you are more likely on like 40% to accomplish it. But if you don't act, if you don't do anything about this goal, of course you will never achieve it. This goal will remain your dream forever. So then you basically create a life that rotates around this goal. Of course, our life rotates around God, but I talk about our habits. Like, for example, if we set a godly goal, then we just think about every activity that we do, and every activity should have some aim and the purpose of this activity should be aligned with our main goal. So for example, every habit that I have, every activity that I do throughout the day, like a physical activity, eating clean, walking, sessions of deep work, morning routine, evening routine, praying, meditating before I pray, so I pray better, and talking with my family, everything makes me a better person who is more capable to achieve my goal, to create an online business to provide for my family and to help a person to transform his life by quitting porn and creating a completely new identity. So you create those habits. Basically, you build this goal with these blocks. You achieve this goal, you build this house of achieving your goal by building it brick by brick with those layers of different habits, and each habit aligns with your main goal. And then when you know what activities you want to do and what purpose they serve, then you degrade those habits, you transfer them into your timetable. If you don't have one, create it right now. Open Google Calendar, or basically I prefer to do it, here it is, my little notepad, where every day I create a timetable for my day. I prefer to do it on paper, even though for several years I was doing it in Google Calendar, but I want to do as much things as I can in an analog way, because my mind is really addictive used to be really addicted to gadgets and internet, and I want to remain my screen time as little as possible. Experiment with it, try it yourself, but I heavily encourage you to create rather a digital timetable if you're okay with it, in Google Calendar, because it's an awesome and very simple instrument. Or basically just write it down on a piece of paper, or create a notepad, or buy a notepad where you can write it down. So this way, we as young people, we want to accomplish so many things. We want to improve our physical health in gym. We want to exercise. When our business don't support us yet fully, we need to work on a separate job. We want to do all the things related to God, visiting church, praying daily 2 times per day, and we want to eat clean. We want maybe to have some hobbies, to socialize, to spend time outside in nature. And we have so many activities, so reading, like learning other languages, so many activities that are meaningful and lead us to our goals. So basically, if we put them, and of course we should cut down everything else that distracts us from our goals and can be a distraction from us doing our good habits. Of course, cutting off all bad habits is another video, but basically you achieve your goals faster not by doing something extraordinary which nobody does, even though it's a great thing to do also, but the most important is to do less, like to do only a little list of things in which you are incredible, and do them a lot and better than everybody else, to be a professional, to be a credible professional. That's what I mean, and that's what I'm talking about. So basically, with a timetable, you know how you should spend every minute, and if you have enough activities, and you will have, I'm almost sure that you will have more than enough, like you will have a problem that you don't know how to do everything that you want to do in one day, rather than I don't know what to do. In this case, just journal about your interests and about every way you can, about every habit and your activities that can create a better version of yourself that is closer to your goals rather than you are now. So basically, now you have a timetable where you know what you should do every minute of the day, and you look at it as much as possible, and that's it. Now you don't have idle time, and basically I'm living like this right now, and I feel so good. It is this new identity, because when I actually follow my timetable, which I do like throughout most of the days, of those days, I literally don't have time for bad activities. I don't have anxiety due to the fact that I don't know whether or not I've done enough, or whether or not, or what should I be doing, because I always know what I should do. I've planned my day in advance. I do it the morning before the next day. It's so easy to wake up and to know already what you need to do. So, and now I don't have an anxiety what I need to do. I just perform, and I do as best. I do it as best. I do it as good as I can. And basically, at the beginning, if you, of course, like, life will happen, and sometimes something unexpected will happen. Sometimes some block of some activities will take more time than expected, sometimes less, but it will happen less times rather than cases when an activity takes more time than expected. Then you adjust this exercise. You basically do as best as you can, and I treat it like this. If I follow my timetable like 50% or more throughout the day, it's an amazing day, because of course in the moment it cannot sound as good as it is. But first of all, if you set this plan on such a low level, you always overdo it, and you don't have an anxiety that you need to do something that you don't know whether or not you can do. And even more, when you stack those days when you did almost all everything you wanted in the way you wanted, it feels amazing. You create a new identity, and it just feels awesome. So, brother, I pray for your success, and have a nice day. God be with you.